And thank you for joining me for Looks, Lunch, and Love with Lorene. I'm your host, Lorene, and I'm so happy that you're going to be joining me today. I've got some fun, favorite new bites of mine, as well as some cool new trends, and I'm going to bring some positivity your way. So come on around. Let's have some fun today. Hello, my loves. I am so excited to have Gail Hawkins on from Cultural Interiors. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you for inviting me.
She has a beautiful store on West Pico, and I wanted to share with you because it's a great, in terms of if you want to give gifts, if you want a little something for yourself, like me, I always get beautiful things like this to remind myself I am present. But she's got teas, she's got beautiful artwork, she has everything. There's something I feel like for everyone. So we'll take a little tour of just a couple of things that she brought. But I kind of wanted to know, how did you come to this cultural interiors world?
I've always been interested in people from different cultures, but I wanted a way to bring them together in a way. People do it various ways, and well, my way was to bring parts of their art and things that they liked as far as ceramics and dolls and artwork to bring people together so they can put it in their home so they can learn to appreciate how people really live.
Yeah.
And what they like.
Well, that's evident. I mean, I love this beautiful doll. I mean, the lashes, if you get to see the detail a little bit later, it's awesome. Now, where did you come to get this doll from?
Well, that doll is made by Pat Shriver. She is a African-American woman. She presently lives in Las Vegas.
Okay.
And that doll is made with human hair.
What?
Yes, and she every part on that is handmade. Every part of that, from the jewelry to the clothing and the mask. The way she does the face is just amazing to me. It looks so human.
It does. I mean, that even down to the eyelashes.
Yes.
And when you look at look at the eyes, it's. I always feel like when you look at the eyes and that looks really like, you're like, ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
People think that doll actually is looking at them when they see that doll.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
It absolutely does. And that's the cool thing I love about your store is that you really do get artists from all over.
All over.
Like the prints, like this awesome Prince work. Like, who did that?
That's Delfina Marquez Noe. She is a Hispanic woman, grew up here in LA.
Okay.
Didn't even realize that she had as much art in her as she has.
Wow.
And so we asked her, we had seen some pieces that she did, and we said, can you do some Prince pieces for us? And she said, sure. And it was just amazing. It almost looks like he's coming out of the picture. Any minute he's going to move.
Again, yeah.
Any minute.
Yeah.
And so,
that look on his face, too.
I know.
It's
I'm going to miss him so much.
Yeah, I think that was a devastating thing, I have to say. I was in such shock. But this is beautiful that she captured.
She captured him.
She really, truly did.
She really did.
Now, how do you come about getting these artists? Because, you know what I mean? From these two are so different kind of pieces. Mm-hmm. And all the pieces that you have, it literally is like when you go into the store, it's literally like taking a tour of the world. That's kind of what I love about it. From the spices, from the teas, to the artwork, to even the clothing and the jewelry that you have. Mm-hmm. I kind of feel like I'm just going on a little mini tour of the world, all in like this beautiful crafted space that has such good energy. You do that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That is part of my goal, is to bring all those pieces together. Mm-hmm. You asked me how I find these things.
Yeah.
Some of it's through traveling.
Okay.
But the majority of it is through my customers, believe it or not.
Really?
They have friends. They know people. They'll say, Gail, I have a girlfriend who's doing this. Can you look at her work, Or would you mind having some of her pieces in your store? Mm-hmm. So that is how I find a lot of my artists. It's just by word of mouth or by customers who come in and say, this would be great in your store. So, and 99% of the time, they're right.
Clearly they're right. Now, what is this?
Okay. That is a piece from Haiti. Okay. Unfortunately, back when we had the earthquake in Haiti, we lost a lot of these artists. These are made out of steel drums. Okay?
Wow.
So, and a nice thing about this is that when you buy this art, this art actually is fair trade. Fair trade meaning that when you buy it, the money that you spend on it goes back to the actual artist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so a lot of these artists, unfortunately, like I said, after the earthquake, they perished. But new ones are coming about. But this is made out of a steel drum. And so when I first started carrying this kind of art, I was like, okay, let me try this. Let me get a little, one of those little ball hammers and start pinging in everything and start trying to cut and stuff. And after I got my first blister, I said, I really learned to appreciate how hard it is to cut this.
Yeah.
To, just be able to hammer it. And then to make it actually look into a form that you can appreciate. Well, but this is only a small part of the pieces that I get in from Haiti.
I mean, and you have artwork kind of from everywhere, but also large, small. I mean, if you look in your store, that's on like a lot of times the things that are hanging are awesome, which is just, it's insane.
Yeah, and I try to keep the price points reasonable too.
You do.
Because I figure like this, I'm not rich. Okay, and a lot of my customers are not extremely wealthy. Okay, but I want to at least be able for them to at least acquire pieces, that will fit into almost anybody's budget. Okay, so that's what I try to do, and so that was another reason too, is because sometimes people will come in, oh, I don't want to buy a mask. I can go to Target and get a mask, but then the thing is that when you notice it may look African, but if you turn it over, it says made in China. Okay, so what I try to do is really bring in traditional art that people can afford, and that it comes from the place that it says it comes from.
Absolutely.
If it's from Africa, I may get pieces from Ghana. I may get pieces from Niger. I get pieces from Mozambique, South Africa. But it actually comes from those places, not like the cloth from Mali. I love this mud cloth. I mean, I actually started doing a little research on how they actually put this together. It's not easy. These are a lot of
these look easy. Look at the detail on this.
The looming of it, the actual sewing together of the pieces.
Yeah, take a look at this.
I mean, it's just beautiful. So people take these fabrics, and we actually bring in a couple of pieces from. This is a Peruvian rug. I mean, I think it's heavy.
You're right. Really, look, I barely took a little thing, and I'm like, this is heavy.
Women in Peru sit down and weave those things by hand. Okay, and they're heavy. They're really heavy. So again, fair trade. The money goes back to them. Okay, in their villages. And so what I like to do is I try to focus a lot on women artists. Okay?
Yes,
I
do.
I focus a lot on them, but I also look at the guys too, so I don't leave anybody
You're
out.
fair.
I'm fair. I'm fair. But I really want to support women artists. I really want to support countries where there's orphans, there's women, who are widows, and this is their livelihood. This is what they do to try to make that money that they're able to live on from day to day.
That's why I love it.
Okay.
That's why I just every story, every piece, there's a story.
Everything has a story.
And they should be shared and told. And I love that you really go above and beyond to do that. But now, where is your favorite place to travel? Because I know you've traveled a ton.
I haven't traveled as much as I would like to travel, but I think that my heart still belongs in Paris so far.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I love Paris.
I mean,
my next big trip is probably going to be to South Africa. I've got friends there. I've got friends in Ghana, and they keep asking me to come. So I'm like, okay, I just got to get kids out of school, and then I'm going. Okay, but yes, I would say France still has my heart so far.
I gotcha. Okay. Well, you'll have to go, and then you'll have to come back and bring some other amazing pieces back.
Definitely. Because when I was in Paris, the one part of Paris that I really loved, and I cannot say that because I don't speak French, but there was an area where there was a lot of it was an African marketplace.
Oh, cool.
And it was amazing. I took my daughter with me, and she was just bargaining herself,
And that's what I love about doing that. I love going to other countries and bargaining. It's the best thing.
It was unbelievable. They had textiles, they had jewelry, they had everything there. And so it was a really good experience to see, when you were meeting these people from different parts of Africa living in Paris, and they would come up to you and say, my sister, and you'd be like, oh my God, but it was amazing the things they had.
You know what? I need to go back because it's been years since I've been. So now I can now I know to go there and check it out.
Yes, it was amazing.
Now, what is something that makes you smile, Gail?
You mean as far as my store, the art, what?
Anything. It can be anything that makes you smile. The store, which is lovely.
Actually, babies.
Aww.
Babies. I work, that's my other job, is that I work with babies. I work with babies and teenagers, adolescents. And it always, there's something about kids, they can say, I remember when I was little, we used to watch this show, I think it was Art Linkletter, kids say the darndest things.
Yes.
Well, that is absolutely true.
Well, yeah.
Okay, I work with babies. No filter. From the time they're born till they're 18 years of age, when they're adolescents, okay? Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's a bit tough, especially the teenage years, but I absolutely love babies. There's nothing like when you look at a baby and that baby looks at you and that baby smiles at you.
Aww.
To me, that is like unbelievable to have a small child like that smile at you and have no fear. And I don't care whether they're black, white, pink, yellow, brown. It doesn't matter. Color to them doesn't matter.
No.
They just smile at you, and to me, that's what makes me smile.
I love that.
So when I'm doing this part of my life, this part of having a store, and hopefully that everything that I'm doing when it comes to fair trade, especially that product, that money goes back to those people to help them, and whatever. For anywhere from South Africa to South America to, wherever, Thailand, just that the product that I buy from them will give them the money that they need to survive on a day-to-day basis.
That is amazing. Thank you for doing the work that you do.
I love it.
You can tell that you love it, and it's a labor. All of this is just a labor of love, and you handpicking each piece, and so it's just amazing to see it. You all have to come to the store. You have to come to the store and visit and get to meet and see Gail. She's lovely. I love talking to you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing this whole beautiful world with us, because now there's no excuse not to go. Is there? Now, where can we find you outside? Obviously, you can go to the store.
Right.
Are you on social media at all?
Yes. We're Cultural Interiors. We're on Twitter. We're on LinkedIn. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. I'm learning all this stuff from the kids. Okay. Trying to make sure I'm on everything, but we're on pretty much every social media. Pinterest.
All right. Yes.
So, we got it pretty much covered. We're a little bit on Snapchat, but we haven't quite gotten that one togeted yet.
You'll get it.
Definitely all the other
Snapchat's fun.
Yes, we're learning Snapchat. Okay, I am learning Snapchat. But
you and me both. We learn together.
Yes.
Thank you so much for spending some time here today. I'm so thrilled that you were able to stop by, because I know everyone is super busy and I know that you are hard at work. So, Gail, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Check out Cultural Interiors. Check out this beautiful artwork, and I will see you very soon, my loves. Ciao. Hi, my loves, and welcome back to Looks Lunch Love. You're going to love this little gem that I have for you today. Sky's Gourmet Tacos on Pico. It is so delicious. I love seafood with all my heart. Crab cakes, everything. You already know that deal. But this blends Mexican with like a soul food aspect. It's delicious. They have, of course, your like classic carnitas tacos and burritos, and they've got the tortas, everything. But they have their specialty gourmet tacos, which, voila, I will show you. I'm just gonna hold it up. The lobster taco. It has her sassy sauce on it, which is like this kind of tangy. You really need to just taste it. And it's got it's got cheese and fresh lobster and cilantro. That's probably my number one fave. And then next, I absolutely adore the shrimp tacos. And all this stuff is very messy. So delicious, yes. Messy, absolutely. And you know what? Doesn't matter. Taste so daggone good. And then their fish tacos, they're known for their fish tacos. They have the mahi-mahi and the tilapia. I love the tilapia. And right now, and my crew can attest, it smells like seafood up in this piece, okay? I love the smell of seafood. It's like fresh lemony and cilantro. So good. And then I also love their bean and cheese quesadilla. They're really good. And they have all kinds of quesadillas. They got the chicken, they have the beef, they have the carnitas. They've got everything you want. And then lastly, the sorrel lemonade, their homemade sorrel lemonade. I don't know if you can get in here and see it. I don't want to spill it on the food. And sorrel is kind of like a tangy hibiscus tea mixed with their homemade lemonade, which is awesome. And they actually have a gourmet food truck as well. So you might see them kind of around the city, which is fun. And they do catering. And literally they have so many vegan and vegetarian options. There's really something for everyone there. So if you're a seafood lover, a meat lover, vegan, vegetarian, go, okay? And it's got a beautiful little restaurant with garden seating if you go on Pico. Make sure to check them out. They deliver now too, which is really fun. I'm about to have my little eat on. Lobster time. Here we go with my sassy sauce, because I'm sassy. SASSY for y'all Cat Graham fans. All on the corn tortilla. Delicious. Check them out. They're on social media, Facebook, Instagram, everything. Check it out. Tell them Lorene sent you. Bye. Hi, my loves. I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about drive and ambition. I've been watching the Olympics that are taking place in Rio, and it is so inspiring. The way those athletes just attack the water on the floor for the gymnastics, whether they're, playing volleyball, whatever it is, whatever the sport, I love the drive and the determination that I can see in their eyes. I mean, it's palpable. So I challenge myself and you to keep going. Push yourself even harder, even when you think you're on the breaking point. I never will forget, I saw one of the Olympians and she ate it. She ate it on the beam, and she took a second and was like, I'm coming back. And even though, her score was not amazing, of course, the fact that she's like, I worked so hard for the past X number of years and I get this one shot, she's gonna go for it again. Doesn't matter. So I say, we can do that too. Just when you're on that oh my gosh, I just want to give up. Keep going. I am a true testimony, I have to say, because this first half of the year was rough, okay? Car issues, my career wasn't going the way I wanted it to go. And then by the middle of the summer, I just kept on going and pushing. Now I've got amazing things on the horizon. So keep that spirit and that drive alive. And of course, spread some love. Thanks so much for joining me. Bye.